Hello everybody, what is up? This is Eddie and Eddie and welcome to, discussing my thoughts on Wayne Rooney at the moment as a Birmingham City manager. So far, since coming in, let's just say things have gone, I would say, pretty south already. Recently, Rooney has told the players to basically grow a pair in a press conference, which I don't really agree should happen really at all, to be honest. Not saying that should be out in the public anyway. Keep behind closed doors, but not in the public. Seems like he's lost the dressing room a little, but it does seem like he's going to have time at Blues unless if he does decide to leave himself. Especially considering, obviously he's got a lengthy deal. There was the open house thing for Birmingham yesterday, not yesterday, the other day, where, they were talking about ideas and tactical, and everyone was really impressed with Wayne Rooney's presentation. And I do think Rooney's got it, what he can do. I'm just not sure whether he's got the players and necessarily whether he can actually do it himself, like whether he can actually, move it from paper onto the pitch, as they say. Which I don't know anyone that says that apart from me right now. Things not going great. Only one win so far for Rooney's Birmingham. A couple of draws against Rotherham and Ipswich, which seems on paper, especially the Ipswich one, good. But we were 2-0 up in that game, and to bottle it, 2-2 obviously wasn't great, and I think substitutions did cost us that game. Rotherham game was horrendous, apart from the first 10 minutes probably. Maybe 15, but yeah, we were pretty bad against Rotherham. Sheffield Wednesday, we weren't great, but then again, I wouldn't say we were as bad as we were against Rotherham. At least we scored 2 goals, and it was a great comeback after going the 1 goal down. To manage to win that game 2-1. Obviously, start of his run of games, very difficult games. Start off away to Borough, who I believe won 5 games in a row. Before that, always going to be difficult. You look at the game against Hull. Hull are a good team. They really are. They've really picked up. They're currently sitting in the playoffs at the moment. They look really good. Then we obviously had Southampton, they're a really good side. Then we had Ipswich, who are second in the league. And then we had Sunderland, which was very difficult. So we've had a tough run of games, no debate about it. I want to believe in Rooney. I'm slowly turning out into the Rooney out camp. I do want to believe, though, it will work. But I've had this before with certain managers in my mind where, I backed Karanka a lot of the way and it didn't work at all. I can't think of any other managers that I've massively backed. I massively backed Karanka to be able to turn it around because of his experience, but he obviously couldn't because he completely lost the dressing room. And I think Rooney's running on thin ice at the moment. We've got some difficult games next. And all us as Blues fans really want to say, obviously, we want results 100%, but we also want an encouraging performance. We want something to look at and go, we can build upon that. We can build on that, because so far there hasn't really been too much, to boast about, apart from the odd 15, 20-minute spell in a game where we've looked really good. We are slowly slipping into that relegation fight, and it is getting to the point now where, I don't know if any guys watch Sky Sports Gillette Soccer Saturday, and you look at the scores and you're like, yes, Huddersfield are drawing, yes, QPR are losing, because obviously it keeps them all down there, and go from 6th. I do think the idea of getting rid of Eustace and bringing someone like Wayne Rooney was a good idea, because it wasn't necessarily the name, it was the mentality. And the wanting to play possession and attacking based football, because I think there's a statistic that's been shown that 13 out of 14 teams that got promoted out this league have had over 50% possession. So I definitely think the owners want to try and do that, which I think is a really good idea to change the culture around the club, the mentality around the club, and try and play good football, which I feel like is obviously very key to getting out of the division. I don't think there's really been a team that I can think of, apart from maybe a Luton or a Cardiff, that hasn't played, really attractive, one-touch, tiki-taka football to get out of the Championship. So, yeah. In terms, it hasn't been helpful due to injuries with Wayne Rooney's era as well. I don't know if that much to backing, because I still think the squad's capable, but we have been without Keshy Anderson, Tyler Roberts, Ethan Laird, injured every 5 seconds. And I just don't think he's got the players to be able to play it. I feel like when January comes, if he still is the manager, I expect quite a few new faces. A lot of loan players, I reckon, from like... I reckon a couple of loan players from like Man City, Man United, Spurs, something like that. I don't know. And maybe potentially a few of the old guards as well, you know. Someone with experience, which I feel like is what we need at Blues at the moment. A bit of experience, someone in that dressing room that can try and lead the squad. Because I don't really see a leader at the moment at Birmingham. At Birmingham. I don't really see a leader at all. I feel like looking at Ruddy, you'd expect to be a leader, but I don't think he is. Sanderson, despite he's captain, I'm not sure whether he's a leader. But yeah, I think the squad on paper for Birmingham is very good. I do think we've got, on paper, a phenomenal team. You know, a team that could definitely, you know, challenge for the playoffs. And that's what I think annoys a lot of Blues fans. It's probably one of the best teams we've had for quite a few years. You know, you look at that team and you look at the likes of Bakuna, Dembele, Stansfield, Koji, Sanderson, Drame, Laird, Buchanan, Bilic. You know, when you put that team on paper, really good team. Really good team. And I'm pretty sure most of teams in the league would definitely, if we would go down or other clubs would just like try and poach our players off us. Not many positives to take under Rooney at the moment. I think Jordan James has looked very good under Rooney. I feel like I was very unsure him under Eustace, but I think under Rooney he has probably looked our best player. I don't know what other positive I could take from Rooney, really. There has been glimpses, like I said, 10 or 15 minute spells we played well, but overall it's just not been good enough, and I feel like we need something to try and change or galvanise the squad. And like I said, we've got some difficult games next. You know, we've got the likes of Coventry, Cardiff, Plymouth away, you know, Leicester coming up next. And I'm struggling to see where the win is coming from there. But you never know. You know, we've been in this situation loads of times, Birmingham, and hopefully we can try and pick up a result. Let me know your thoughts in the comments as well, or your thoughts on Wayne Rooney as a coach. I think, like I said, the mentality's there, and I feel like you know, you say it and you're wishing it into existence, because obviously winning mentality, there's no better winner probably in football than Wayne Rooney. You know, multiple Premier League winner, Champions League winner, you know, FA Cup, Carabao Cup winner. You know, there's not many better. But doesn't necessarily mean you're going to become a good manager as a good player. You know, everyone's comparing it to Zola, which I don't really agree with that, because I feel like they're completely two different circumstances, in a way that I feel like we've appointed people that know football compared to under the Zola regime. You know, like we actually appointed like a proper CEO which knows the game compared to Don Gren when he didn't. And I feel like our owners, obviously, as well, despite, you know, they seem to get a lot of diss I've seen of people off Twitter, not Birmingham fans, non-Birmingham fans, and their ideas completely right, you know, and our owners have been phenomenal, you know, absolutely phenomenal, and I really like them. But anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Hope you guys will have a great rest of your day. Take care, and of course, keep right on.